Students who are members of the same club are cleaning a room. The main character Keiki Kiryu finds a letter with a declaration of love along with a woman's underwear. He sets himself the task of finding the one who left him the letter. 3 girls are among the suspects. He consults with his best friend Shouma Akiyama to find the girl, who says it's like Cinderella, only instead of a shoe she left her panties. After school he meets one of the girls, Sayuki. They decide to go to a cafe, from which the girl escapes. After which she tries in every possible way to avoid contact with the protagonist. The guy catches the girl off guard and she has nothing to do but tell him what's going on. The fact that she has a fetish for dogs, just how lucky he is. Sayuki then flirts with the guy, which the other girl, Yuka, doesn't like. The protagonist has to agree to have a date with the second girl, which is a little longer than the first. A few days passed, but the guy still didn't know if the panties were hers. Had to consult with his best friend again. After his advice, the main character got another pair of panties right in his mouth. So we find out that the second girl has a mistress fetish. A third girl comes in, Mao. To find out more about the girl, the guy has a date with her too, along with his best friend. The next day, the protagonist finds out that the third girl has a yaoi fetish, judgmental. After a while, the fourth girl, Koharu, shows up. She asks the hero to help her since she is in love with his best friend. Together with her sister and boyfriend, Koharu manages to interest Shoma. In gratitude, the girl helps the protagonist to find Cinderella by her panties. He came to the room of the club, but only immediately realized that he had to run. While he was walking, he accidentally ran into another girl, Ayano. But she too has her own fetishes. After another date between Shoma and Koharu, the girl decides to confess her age, which upsets the guy. It turns out that they met a few years ago and Shoma thought she was young, but never asked her age. Shoma decides to make up with Koharu and it turns out that she is a stalker. Over the weekend, 2 girls came to the guy's house and a third girl called him. They did all sorts of things that his sister disapproves of. At the end of the day, the very panties are discovered missing. To find out which one of them did it, the main character thinks of nothing better but to go on another date with them. The guy has no more energy and directly asks to show his panties. Sayuki falls off since she doesn't wear panties at all. It worked out even better with the second girl. He got to her room and started looking for her panties. As a result of the investigation, the guy found out that both girls had stolen the guy's panties. The protagonist went through the pictures and finally realized who was the owner of the panties. It was all his sister, who came to the club after cleaning and put a confession with the panties. The sibling takes and looks at her panties, and there are those very panties. And that's when it all makes sense. Well, of course, she also has a fetish, and what kind, I suggest guessing in the comments.